Want help to grow your business? Download BRiN, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit BRiN.ai or search the App Store today.
Hi, this is Peter Moriarty and welcome to Google Made Easy. I'm excited to have you on today's show because we're going to be covering what is Google Apps and why is it a great choice for your business. So, if you're following along at home, two quick things for you to remember. Number one, this is going to be a highly practical session. So if you've got your computer out or your laptop, then make sure that you're taking some really great notes, and if you're quick enough, you can even follow along as the program goes through. Number two, make sure you connect with us on social media. So get on that hashtag Google Made Easy and hashtag Business Blueprint and join the conversation online where we can continue the chat after the show. So here's what we're going to cover. First up, what is Google Apps and how is it different to Gmail? We'll show you how to tell the difference between a personal Gmail account and Google Apps for Work, Google's business email subscription. Next up, old IT versus new IT. What's changed and why, and how you can make really smart business decisions for your business technology. We're going to go through some of the business applications themselves as part of the Google Apps suite and talk about what businesses are well suited for Google Apps. Next, we're going to deep dive into Gmail and show how you can become an email pro with cloud-based email. How you can use a smarter calendar to save time every day. How you can use Google Drive to simplify your business storage and how it compares to alternatives like Dropbox. How Google Apps will help you work in real time with your team and collaborate on documents live. And why it pays to use instant messaging, which can help you to reduce internal emails within your business. And finally, we're going to be covering how you can stay connected and get your work done on any location, on any device. So, let's get started. So, how is Google Apps different to a standard Gmail address? And what exactly does Google Apps cover? Now, there's all kinds of apps. There's apps on your phone, there's apps on your computer, there's Apple apps, there's Google Apps. What exactly do all of these apps mean? Now, if you've got a Gmail address or you've used one of the Google applications before, then you'll have a good idea what Google Apps for Work actually includes. Let's have a look at the suite of Google applications and how they differ exactly from Gmail. So I'll go and have a look at my computer here, and as you can see, this is the suite of Google Apps for Work. So we have Gmail, we have Google Calendar, Google+, we have Google Hangouts, Google Documents, Google Drive, Google Chrome, and there's even Google Sites here as well. All of these applications make up Google Apps for Work. Now, you may have used a Gmail account before, and a Gmail account is effectively a free way of getting access to Google Apps for just a single person. But when a business wants to use Google Apps, Google has Google Apps for Work, which is their business version of all of these applications. Now, the key difference between the two is on the personal version of Google, you will have an email address like peter123@gmail.com or peter.moriarty@gmail.com. But in the business version of Google Apps for Work, let me show you exactly what my email address looks like. I'm now in my Gmail mailbox. And as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and click my profile, and you can see that I have my business domain name and my business email address right there in Google Apps. So, what does that mean for when you're using your Google Apps on your business domain name? So what that means is when I'm sending and receiving emails, I'm using my business email address, and my clients and my associates won't be able to tell the difference on whether or not I'm using Google or Macmail or Outlook. As long as I'm using my business domain with Google, they'll see my business email address when they receive emails from me. So how much does Google Apps cost, and what else does it include? Well, if you notice here, let's take a look at what you actually get when you sign up for Google Apps for Work. Now, each employee in your business will get access to 30 gigabytes of online cloud-based storage. So that's shared between their mail in Gmail and their Google Drive for storing files. And it costs just $5 a month per person for each staff member that's accessing Google Apps. Now, if you have a think about what you might already be spending on your IT, that is a large saving for a lot of businesses who may be paying for expensive servers and networks and other applications. So, what else does Google Apps give you? As I said earlier, you can add your own personal business domain name to Google Apps and operate your company emails through Google Apps for Work. So, what kind of businesses can run on Google Apps. So, old IT versus new IT. What's changed and why, and how are things different? Now, we've just seen how Google Apps can allow you to get access to business email, file storage, calendars, and online collaboration for just $5 a month per person in your business. And this might be vastly different to what you're currently paying for your IT infrastructure or servers or networks and all those kind of things. And the reason that Google can provide these services is because of the power of the cloud. So let's take a little bit of a quick look at how this is different for your business. Now, the old way of doing IT is to buy a server, have that sitting in your office, and run all of your business applications from your own office and your own infrastructure. Now, that was kind of okay in the old days when there were complex databases and server software that maybe needed to be working on your local machines and needed to be run on your computers sitting in the office. But nowadays, the power of the cloud means that a lot of our applications run 100% from the internet on the browser. So you may be using business applications such as Xero.com for your business accounting software, which is 100% online cloud-based accounting software. And this software can be used and accessible from any location on any device as long as you have a web browser. Well, Google Apps works in the same way. All of your applications are online, and it means that there's no servers or software to install on your computers, or there's no hardware that you need to actually put into your office to manage those business applications. So the new way of doing IT, thanks to better connectivity with their internet connections and faster cloud computing services, means that we can get all of our work done online and we don't have the crazy expensive overheads of having infrastructure and servers sitting in our office. So, once we've moved to the new way of doing IT, how does our business look different, and what kind of businesses are going to benefit from the new way of doing IT? Now, you might be surprised to know some of the companies that have moved across to Google Apps and are now running all of their applications completely 100% online. Let's take a look at some of those businesses now. So this slide shows you all of the businesses that are currently running on Google Apps that you may not already be familiar with, which is extremely exciting for these companies that have moved to a model of IT that is much more flexible for them and greatly reduce their costs as well. Now, some of these businesses that you might recognize, some of these companies are Australian businesses, some of these are international brands and franchises as well. But I'd like to highlight that a lot of the universities and schools are actually moving over to Google Apps. And what that means is that our students and the younger generation are being educated and are expecting these Google applications. So when these young people move into the workforce, they will expect the same level of productivity and collaboration with their peers that they've been used to as they've been growing up. Now, some of the highlight companies and organizations that have moved over to Google Apps include Woolworths, which is one of the largest food and grocery retailers in Australia. They moved 35,000 employees over to Gmail, which is absolutely phenomenal. They've got a couple of 100,000 employees in the whole company, and they've moved 35,000 to Gmail, and the rest of the business all moved over to Google Apps. Some of them just use Google Drive, some of them just use Google Sites, but they decided to give up Microsoft and move the whole company across, which was amazing. Next, the New South Wales Department of Education and Training, which is our local education department, moved over 1 million mailboxes to Google, which is a phenomenal move for that company. So these are some of the organizations that are not just small businesses, but also large businesses that have moved all of their employees over to Google and are now reaping the benefits of Google Apps. So let's talk a little bit about how your business can benefit more from the Google Apps ecosystem. Now, one of my favorite applications is Gmail, which lets you use email 100% on the cloud in your browser. Let's have a quick look at what Gmail looks like when you're working with it on your computer. So here you'll see my Gmail inbox. And not only do I have all of my emails available online, you can see that it's neatly organized emails into a list of emails that require a phone call, emails that require a reply, and my main inbox sits down the bottom here. Now, one of the key advantages of Gmail is that I can put thousands and thousands of emails into my Gmail inbox and into my labels in Gmail as well, and it won't cause any performance drops at all on my Gmail mailbox. Let me show you some of the best features of Gmail. So, as you know, Google are the kings of search, and I want to show you just some of the power of using Gmail to search with your emails. Now, let's go ahead and open up a search for all emails in the year 2011. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and you can see there the search is instant, and I've got thousands and thousands of emails in my inbox right now. Now, I want you to have a think about the difference between the current email client that you're using, which might be Outlook or Mac Mail, and think about how long it takes you to run a search if you were to search for an email from 4 or 5 years ago. Sometimes it might go slowly or it might crash, and search can be a
To continue enjoying this presentation, download BRiN, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit BRiN.ai or search the App Store today.